How's it going? It's a Dibsy here. If you enjoy this video, please follow, like, subscribe. Follow me at twitch.tv/the Dibsy. Now, we're going to be talking about if you're a new light, a returning player, or you're just curious about the game, why should you play Destiny 2? Well, we're going to be talking about why I play Destiny 2. One thing that I did want to add in here is the main reason that I play Destiny 2 are for the clutch moments and for the insane moments where you have to do super hard content. There is ridiculously hard content in this game. I find it challenging. And I enjoy it. I immensely enjoy the challenge of the game itself. I enjoy getting stronger and figuring out and adapting to new strategies or new ideas with my friends. I enjoy the feeling that we get at the end of a raid when my friends get exciting loot and when I get exciting loot and we can share that feeling together. And more recently, I got one of my friends to try out the game and check it out. And the one thing that she pointed out that was interesting to me that I never thought of was even though this game is an FPS, it's not like other FPSs because it forces you to do mechanics within the game that are different from something like Duke Nukem or Halo. It forces you to do objectives on the side. That is part of the challenge in the game that's very enjoyable. And I'm going to be talking about why I think other people should play Destiny 2. The game itself is a looter shooter. I feel that it is partially based like for me, it reminds me in a sense of like Diablo, but it's a looter shooter. It's a first-person shooter, and it's very well done. Bungie is very good. I mean, of course, you know, they're famous for the Halo series. They know how to make a first-person shooter. They nail it in this game. The weapons, the gameplay, the gunplay, everything about it feels very nice and crisp. So that is the first thing off the bat that I'm going to say. The other thing is this is a grindy game. Bungie has made it less grindy more recently, which is wonderful in my opinion. It allows people, you know, full-time jobs where we actually work for a living to go into the game and reach the maximum level so we can participate in all the activities the game has to offer, which it has a ton to offer. In the background footage, you're going to see me playing the seasonal activity Wellspring that came out with the Witch Queen. This is season 16's activity, mainly first most and foremost for newer players, new lights, as we like to call them. Sometimes you might be called a blueberry. I hope you don't find it offensive. I don't mean anything personally by it. I'm not going to put you in my pancake. But yes, if you're starting the game, you're fresh, you're a blueberry, you're a new light. So just off the bat, there are 3 different ways to play the game. There's player versus environment, PvE, player versus player, PvP, and then player versus environment, PvPvE. But that sounds weird as hell. PvPvE. That's Gambit. So you have 3 different game modes. When you start into the game, I'm going to be releasing more videos to talk about what to do as a new light. This video is just an introduction and why you should check out Destiny 2 if you haven't, if you're curious about it. And definitely, you know, as said for all games, this could be true of every single game ever made in human history. It is more fun with friends, of course. So what I would like to do is I would like to help new lights because I feel I was trying to recently explain this game to a friend who's never played Destiny 2 before, and it was confusing as hell, and I felt like it was an information overload, and half the stuff she had no idea what the hell I was talking about. So I want to do video by video and kind of introduce people who are new to Destiny or this universe and allow them to fully embrace the game and enjoy it. I don't want them to be confused. I want people to have clarity of what they're doing and just enjoy the gameplay and the gunfights, enjoy everything there is in Destiny 2. If the game is for you, wonderful. It's free to play. At minimum, you should download it and try it out. And no harm, no foul if you don't enjoy the game. If you do enjoy the game, though, you definitely do need to eventually purchase the DLCs, which will give you access to the most current stuff. So, I mean, basically, the first game mode is going to be mainly strikes, grandmasters, nightfalls. You have no idea what any of that means if you're new to the game. They're just little miniature, they're miniature missions that you run through. And you do 3 of those each week to help level your character up, to get them to a more powerful level. That's one of the pinnacle activities. Now, the next pinnacle activity is going to be something called Gambit, which is a little more complicated, but it can be fun, especially when you're running with a team. You can communicate with one another through Discord or Xbox chat or what have you. Gambit itself is the PvPvE game mode, player versus environment. So the idea of this game mode is there's 2 teams of 4. You start off on similar maps, just opposite of each other, and you want to attack ads. You want to the enemies that spawn in, you kill them, they drop motes. And when they drop motes, you can pick those motes up. You go back to the bank, you bank the motes, The goal itself is to get 100 motes before the enemy team, or just get 100 motes period so you can pull the boss. Once you get 100 motes and pull the boss, then you have to attack envoys. Once the envoys are dead, then you can damage the boss. Now the aspect that makes this player versus player is the aspect that makes this player versus player is that one guardian from each team has a portal they can jump through at a certain amount of motes where you can invade the enemy's map and you can attack the enemies. Now the AI characters, the NPCs, the ads, it will not attack you when you're invading. You can go in there and just focus on the guardians themselves. You can either interrupt them getting motes, you can drop them so they lose their motes, or if you kill them during boss phase, it's going to heal the boss. Whenever you drop a guardian, it's going to heal the boss that they're trying to fight and eliminate before you eliminate. And vice versa, they can invade you as well. You can fight the invader, and it's an interesting game mode. It's an interesting aspect. It is one of the pinnacle activities in the game. The other part that Destiny does offer is the PvP. Also, a huge thank you to Fee with 2 E's from twitch.tv/Phoenix_Inferno for providing the Crucible footage in the background that you see now. Check her out. She's definitely one of the friendos that will give you a lot of help, especially for new lights and players who are still trying to grasp and understand the game. PvP, so that's Crucible. Crucible is going to be your PvP game type or game mode within Destiny 2. And you just have to play 3 matches. Okay, so you just play 3 matches, you get your pinnacle. You don't have to win those. My friends who recently started playing Destiny 2 thought you had to win the 3 matches to get your pinnacle, and that's not true. Unless, you know, it's a different game mode or a special game mode. You can do control, momentum control, or scorch cannons. There's a bunch of different activities that rotate each week, and you can just go in there, do 3 matches, in, out, get your pinnacle. The main thing about PvP is it can be as competitive as you want, or it doesn't have to be competitive at all. It's really just how you want to take the game itself. I have some footage here from Fee, and I have her Twitch link here. It's going to be in the description down below. Please follow her. She's one of what I would consider a legendary Sherpa. She will help you with this content. I will help you with this content as well. And we can help explain how to new lights, how everything works. So, if you ever catch us live on Twitch, if you have any questions, let us know. But Fee is a wonderful and amazing human being. The footage in the background is her just slaying out in some Crucible. This is more competitive. So the Crucible she is playing currently is comp, which is competitive. And so that actually has a ranking within Destiny 2. The game itself, I personally don't think the PvP is all that competitive because everything and anything is allowed within these games. Any weapon that you've obtained, any exotic armor, which exotic armor gives you special perks within the game. So for new lights who never heard that term before, exotics, you can run 1 exotic weapon and 1 exotic armor, and they give your guardian special abilities. They do special things within the game itself. Those are allowed in Crucible. And the best way that I can put it, I would have to say a content creator called True Vanguard put it the best way. The game is like rock, paper, scissors. You're going to have certain weapons that beat other weapons, and it's always going to be this game or a constant rotation of rock, paper, scissors. Is that person scissors? Your teammate might be paper, you might be rock. And there are going to be meta weapons. There's going to be weapons that are preferred by players within the PvP scene. Right now, a lot of it is hand cannons, shotguns, and fusion rifles, which you'll either come to love or hate. What I can suggest for PvP itself for newer players is try everything out. Don't limit yourself to one loadout. Try multiple loadouts. See what you like. See what you enjoy. See what you slay with. Just go slow. You don't have to rush in. Just do your own play style is the best way I can put it. And each guardian, each class has specific abilities and things that they can do within PvE or PvP, which makes the game more fun. It makes it just entertaining, I would say. This is one of the activities. I'm going to let some of that footage play through so you can kind of get a feel and check it out and see what it's like. And last but not least, we have the creme de la creme of the game. This is the end game content. I have some raid footage from my friend iStars. And this is us doing VOG. This is our VOG run. Now that VOG stands for Vault of Glass for newer players. This was the original Destiny raid. Bungie brought it back to Destiny 2. This is us just having fun in the raid itself. And towards the end of it, you can see how excited we are, how much fun we were having. Just slaying out, destroying Atheon. We get our loot as well. So the raids have exclusive loot that are only within that raid. You can only get certain weapons, certain armor, etc. You can get titles as well. In true MMO fashion, the game, you can get weapons like that, you can get titles like that in true MMO fashion. Now, to the main point, should you play Destiny 2? I think Destiny 2 itself is for people who enjoy a little bit of a grind. If you just want to come in here and slay stuff, you want to punch stuff in the face, you know, you can totally do that as well. The game itself has a lot of content, it has a lot of activities, but there are still a lot of different activities that you can go for. There's titles in the game that you can earn for your character. There's ultimately, at the end of the day, the main thing that I enjoy about Destiny 2 is being able to do challenges and extraordinarily difficult tasks within the game with my friends. I've met amazing and wonderful people within this community, and that's what I want to share with you. I highly recommend that if you're curious about this game, dive in, try it out. I'm going to do my best to help guide new lights through the campaign, through the stories, through what they should be doing, and help them understand the currencies, the mechanics, and the various things that you can do within the game. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and or Fee. We are both here to help and assist new lights. And if you enjoyed that video, drop a like, give a subscribe, and stay tuned to learn more about the game itself. Meanwhile, I'm going to let the rest of the footage of us destroying Atheon and Vault of Glass play out.